No, this one by a long, long way. Personally, perhaps 13 may have been pretty satisfying because it took a long time to get an opportunity, but there is absolutely no doubt in my mind this is the best win I've been involved with Port Adelaide, including finals. Best win.
Why would you say that?
Because of the side we put out there, because of the braveness that we showed right through the summer, because of the commitment by a great group of young people. I think there was a lot of doubters, and I'm really pleased and really proud of them.
So you said yourself that they'd be able to produce a performance like that?
Yeah, I didn't pick them because I didn't back them. I picked them because our coaches picked them because we knew what they were able to do, and people like Willem Drew, gets under the radar. It was his first game too, but he's such a team-orientated person. He just plays the right way. Scotty Lycett, since the day he's got here, Ryan Burden, he had some heartburn coming here, but you can see he's part of it. Robbie Gray's 200th game. Justin Westhoff kicks 5 again. I just couldn't be more pleased for the way the team went about playing as a team. I told them a number of times through the day, I'm not worried about the scoreboard. Now, that sounds easy to say today, but I'm not. The way we played is what I was really, really wrapped with. And for all those people who question at times mistakes in football, I would say we played the same way today that we want to play every game. And some days it might not quite work. We might not win every game, but you can't be clapping, as Chris Davies said, you can't be clapping the 6 over mid-on when you go out first ball sometimes. It's the luck of the draw. We're going to play that way, so there'll be mistakes.
So Kim, what do you like about the way they play? What aspects of it did you like?
As a group, we decided as a group the way we were going to play, and they backed it. And to their credit, they wanted to play that way, the playing group, and we just jumped on with them. That's fantastic for them to get some confidence out of that, some reinforcement about that. It is a really hard game. We're not going to win every game. We're up and about today because it was a significant day for us. But we know next week's going to be equally as hard.
Which actual qualities of the game did you really like? What elements of it that are different?
This is going to sound stupid, Rooch, I reckon, but I like the mistakes. There were so many times we turned the ball over that we perhaps shouldn't have. But they done it again, and they done it again, and they done it again. They never lost belief in what they want to be. And on a day that you get a result, it's fantastic because I thought, we had a pretty dominant performance in the last quarter. I think we kicked 2-6 to no score maybe. So it was a pretty flattering result for us.
So there's a difference last year when those mistakes would happen that they would retreat rather than advance?
Yeah, I don't know whether they would have retreated, but perhaps they were. We didn't allow them to be as brave as they wanted to be. Perhaps that's the key. Perhaps I should own that more than them because they played brave.
You mentioned Lycett before. That match-up, double teaming Gawn seemed to physically go Gawn as a team. Was that part of the plan? And how did you?
It's part of our plan every week with their 2 great ruckmen. We've got 2 outstanding ruckmen, and we've got some younger ruckmen too at the club who played well last night. So we're in a really healthy position in that. And the game's been changed. We were aware of those changes of the game coming, and we're lucky that we've got 2 really good ruckmen out there.
He seems to go at it though, sort of off the ball at times. Ken, is that part of the plan as well? To try
he's a really good player, Max Gawn. I mean, if you don't go after him and physically try and go, we've got to wear him down. I mean, he's such a great player. It's great credit to him that it takes 2 people to try and wear him down, and physically, if what you call go after him around the ground is what we did, I don't think that was a plan for us to make his day hard as best we could. Sorry.
For debutants today, because they all had great games, but I said there's 2 really good guys.
Drew
he's a great start at stats as well.
It was interesting because Willem Drew, one of my calls in the box was to keep Drew inside, because he's a young player, he can get pushed out a little bit, but I wanted to be really strong on and backing him in and letting him go on the inside, because that's where he does his work. He's a big body mid who's had an outstanding summer, and it's great credit to him because he's had to persevere for a long time. He had a really bad injury, an Achilles injury that caused him all sorts of trouble. So he's outstanding. Butters, as you said, moments. I thought all 3 young boys, people use words like gift games and stuff to young blokes. There's not one of those players today, of the 4 debutants that were anyway gifted a game. They had to earn their game from the time they got to the football club. Rosy's ability to do some of the things he does, his pressure goes unnoticed, and Dersma's willingness to work. He just goes all day up and down the ground. And we were brave enough to go after the draft last year with Parks and Jason Cripps, and we brought 3 really good players into our club.
How much of those young players really refreshed the team? Because we saw it in pre-season, we saw it again today. They just look like they provided such a spark with
Yeah, well, that's what young people do. They're full of enthusiasm. That's no different. I've got a grandson who's one. He's full of enthusiasm. You can't control him. He runs around everywhere, and that's what happens in football sense. We bring them in young and full of enthusiasm. The trick is not to take away their talent and their ability to play the game. And each of them were given the freedom to just play. And they're at the MCG and they're playing their first game of AFL football. What a great opportunity for them.
Cliff looked really refreshed today. We know he had a difficult season last year with injury and fitness. What's been the difference with him in terms of getting?
He's fit. He's had a great pre-season. He's worked his way through. What I did say to Tommy, even this inside, I said how great he's been at our football club from the day he arrived. And if we look at the form from last year, when he was playing well, we were playing pretty strong football. Unfortunately, we lost him at the back end of the year, which was difficult for us, and he wasn't in great shape through the whole year. So Tom's been a significant person to come into our football club. Just love the fact that he's getting some reward now. Sorry?
The effort of Westhoff.
Yeah. He's the only one that backed up his round 23 form, wasn't he? I think he kicked 5 in the last game last year. He kicked 5 again today. So West, the boy said it inside, red wine just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
Just to say a word on Jack Watts. He's obviously been through a bit recently, but settling down back, I think.
Yeah, I was incredibly proud of Jack because I've spoken openly about Jack has had to make some changes as a person, and he's really trying to make some of those significant changes in his life, and I think that reflected out on the footy ground today. And his ability to go and play back, where he's only played half a game there in the pre-season, so we've backed him in, and he returned the favour today for us. And the trick for Jack is to do that consistently. It's a big build-up for him, but we think he's got some more to give in that space. So really proud for him.
How seriously do you take your role in helping him as a player and as a person?
Sorry?
How seriously do you take your role as a person?
Incredibly serious. I think that's my biggest job, more often than not, is to help young people become better people, if that's the right thing to say, but to understand their mistakes, and then to give them some real honesty and clarity about what those mistakes look like, so they can't be confused with what that is. They need to know what a good person, I said this to Jack, you need to know what a good person operates like, and to Jack's credit, he's operating like a great person now.
It's fantastic to see him doing G, I suppose, as well as one.
Yeah.
He fended off 3 blokes at one stage around away.
Yeah, I mean, if he could have written the story, I'm sure that's what he would have probably written. It was back at the G, and he was standing up for his team, and he's got a long way to go though, so let's not get too carried away.
Can you tell me, you pointed out in the off-season that you needed to score more. Does it mean much that it's still just 87? Is that...
I think that'd be unfair, Rooch, wouldn't it? When if you looked at the last quarter, you looked at our scoring ability and the opportunities we created today, that was a 100-point scoring game easily for us. Yes, we didn't finish the work, so you can call it we didn't score, but I would say that was a team that was capable of 100-plus points going around out there today.
Which is what the aim is?
Yeah, absolutely, it's the aim. You kick 100, you're going to win more often than not, and that's where we're trying to get to. We were absolutely 100% certain that because the question I could get, were you sure what happened last year? We were sure. We couldn't score. We had to fix our scoring.
The new rules, Ken, were sort of designed to boost scoring. It's only a few games so far, but the scores haven't been that high. Do you think the new rules will eventually provide bigger scores? Or?
No, I think scoring will be up early in the season, no doubt. It'll probably calm down a little bit, but I think it'll certainly help scoring. I don't think there's any doubt Steve Hocking and the team have done a great job of fixing up some of that stuff, because we've got some free-flowing football out there today. Some of our scoring today was about our ability to finish, not so much the opportunities that we created, and that's what the rules have done, created more of those opportunities, I think.
It's round 1, what's possible for this side? What's possible for this side?
No, we set out at the start of the year to try and give ourselves a chance to be a part of the finals. That's where we'll stay. We don't want to be a scoreboard team. We want to be a consistent football team. Thank you. All clear. That's even better than everything, isn't it? Thank you.